Good morning, everyone. My name is Chanelle, and today I'm going to be giving you an update on where I stand as of date on my global projects assignment. As discussed in my last update, I'm going to tackle the topic of overpopulation. However, through some guidance, I have adjusted my research question to represent my immediate area, as I have had a more personal connection with this space. My question entails, what effect does overpopulation have on the Gold Coast city and its inhabitants? As an interior designer, I have come to the conclusion that the best way for me to spread awareness of overpopulation was to create a space that not only tells a story, but educates the viewers on this issue, which in turn will hopefully spark empowerment and change. Through my own personal travel, it isn't hard to see how rapidly the Gold Coast is growing in size in comparison to other cities around not only the country, but the world. This city that we call home relies on growth to support itself, and at the current rate, it is unsustainable. As a self-proclaimed environmentalist and eco-conscious being, I find myself constantly researching on the hard-hitting topics that come hand in hand with global warming. One of the main issues that always arise is overpopulation. This is the reason I have chosen to focus on this topic, helping others who are unaware get educated and help them make a change, or at the very least make some steps towards a more environmentally ethical lifestyle, helping to limit the mass footprint that comes conjoined with 8 billion human beings living on one planet. Unfortunately, due to the current pandemic of COVID-19, resources have been limited. Therefore, all my research has had to be online or through memories of past research and experiences. My approach for this assignment, as mentioned in the previous video, was to create an interior space that evoked thought through immersive art installments. However, due to the pandemic, this will also have to be modified. I have instead decided to create a detailed design plan that incorporates images, drawings, statements, and will visualize what my installment would have encompassed. Through discussion with my peers, I have also decided to create a 2-scale replica of smaller figurines in a space to help demonstrate my idea. Parts have been harder than expected to get due to the current situation, which in turn has evoked some creativity and many phone calls to hobby shops for suggestions and parts that will help represent my installment. I have ordered in bulk a large amount of white hobby tone figures to fill out my labyrinth and give the viewer the chance to witness the layout and see what my full-size model would have resembled. As can be recognized from my last video, artists Stefano D'Alessio and Martina Menegon are 2 artists that I have taken major inspiration from for this assessment. The duo tackled the same worldwide issue of overpopulation through the use of an interactive art installation. Through the use of a projector on a wall, the pair represented the claustrophobic ramification that is evident in today's society with tiny humans bouncing around each other, until an exhibit goer enters one of the rooms below, allowing a flow of tiny humans to exit through. This represented finding a solution which the pair have noted could be a colonization of outer space. D'Alessio noted a fact that astounded me, further encouraging me to fight for this issue, that every 400 milliseconds a new human being is born, showcasing just how rapidly we are populating. I have examined this piece thoroughly and have decided to take the idea of light projection and incorporate this into my idea, as I was struggling with the idea of introducing new risk factors representing the issues arising from overpopulation that would show up when a civilian within the labyrinth took too long. Using light, I would be able to shine the exhaustion of natural resources vanishing, the depletion of ecosystems, and the degrading of freshwater amounts and quality available. The strengths of my project outcomes to date are my creative ideas for my interactive installation and my process of getting education on this topic to locals. I believe that my project is original and will draw spectators in and hold their attention the entire time. I also have a lot of knowledge on this subject, as it is a topic I hold close to my heart and have done a lot of research on personally. Therefore, I believe this gives me an advantage and has and will continue to drive my passion for this assessment. My weaknesses include my lack of physical exemplars and information. Due to online learning, I believe I have fallen behind and will need to spend the next 2 weeks putting in extra effort to get my work to where I believe it should be. My aim is to have a real-life diagram, roughly A4 size or smaller, that showcases my labyrinth of humans and demonstrates perfectly what my full-size model would have encompassed. As well as this, I would have I have completed multiple sketches and visual exemplars, as well as written explanations, and gathered them into a PDF file that is visually appealing and showcases exactly what I am trying to represent. Thank you for listening.